What is up? What is up? Yeah, I saw the video. Yeah. um. Yeah, I thought it was You heard a chicken with the apostrophe. Whatever. They're going. Till. Yeah. Trill. What's up? How's everybody doing? Hope you're feeling all right, living all right. You know. I am admittedly quite tired. You know. Yeah. I'm running off very low amounts of sleep. And I intended originally to try to get like a nap in between finishing up some obligation stuff that I had to get taken care of and then streaming. But but yeah, I got caught up. Yes, that's the price I pay for being a a loving father, you know. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I still wanted to obviously stream and everything. I'm trying to get back into regularity. No longer kind of pushing things off. And my schedule is finally kind of ironing out that where I can like in a what is it, like a in a way I can count on, I guess, right? So that's nice. Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's been a lot of like, oh yeah, it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that, but yeah, like finally things are ironing out, and there's like an actual scheduled situation. So that's nice. Yeah. For realsies, you know, like double for realsies, no take back. But yeah, want to get back into streaming regularly, not just, you know, a day a week or, you know, if that, right? Yeah, knocking some things out. Yeah. So, what I wanted to jump into today is this is all stuff that I'm not going to force it on the players for these next like rounds of campaigns. But I want it to be there, and potentially I might be running like domain play just as like a background thing anyways. So yeah, that's and I'll get into like what I mean by it, what I'm hoping to get out of it, and just kind of like jump into some like real basic level, I guess, like design stuff around it. Even like I was saying, potentially even like putting together something for like ship combat, that plays out well. But you know, hey, glad you guys are all right. You know, glad you're doing okay. Let me get some music going. Yeah, the tedious ship combat. Yeah. And I think yeah. We'll get the music on, and then then I'll express my thoughts. Okay. Yeah, no fault obviously to like Chris or anything. For some reason, I just don't know. I think like people who design ship combat have this idea that people want to play it in a very detailed way, and I'm not entirely sure that's the fantasy of what people want out of ship combat. Like, I think what people want when they say ship combat, like they want yeah, and it also happened when, yeah, so you know, if anything, yeah. Yeah, Well, I just wanted to say clearly, you know, I don't. Is this music loud? It seems a little bit. The levels say like it's pretty loud. But yeah, let me know if the music is too loud or not loud enough. Or if it's like perfect. But no, so yeah, are we slagging off Chris? No. I think like I don't know what it is. I think like designers, right? Because Chris ran the combat as designed, right? It's not like, I don't think Chris did anything wrong. I think like the people who kind of designed the combat had something in mind that I don't know, again, is what people really want when they look into something like ship combat. Like I think when people talk about wanting to do like boat battle, like, you know, captain battles, like ship battles, you know, crew against crew type stuff, I think like what they really want is the cinematic experience of like a Pirates of the Caribbean style, you know, scene, right? They want like the big moments. Yeah, they want the big moments, but they don't want the like who's handling the ropes and who's handling the this and who's taking the shots and who's steering the ship. I mean, they might want that a bit, but I think people want that to be like the background thing, while the big moments are the deciding factors of combat. Yeah, like who's shut the fuck up. This is why people join and leave right away. Yeah, honestly, using the Alexandrian's Art of Pacing articles, that's what I'm thinking. Like I'm I'm tending to my mess. God, you fuckers. But so I think yeah, I think I would like to, because I don't think it would necessarily be like something that has to be extremely difficult. I just think it would be I think it'd be a lot easier than people tend to make it out to be. Cause after that one, after like playing, well, I guess I should take it back. After playing Beef's one shot with the ship combat, I was like, oof, you know, space ship combat is rough. And then when I played with Chris, I was like, man, whoever designed this, like, it felt to me that both of them were just so really clunky, I guess. Like, it felt like they consistently got in the way of what they wanted players to actually do, right? Yeah, and yeah, I guess that's a good way to put it, right? Like granular to the parts that didn't matter, right? Like, you know, very specific on the stuff that didn't really excite players, and then like very, I don't know, it felt weird. And after having the Beef experience, and then after having the experience with Chris, I was like, man, there's gotta be like a simple way to just do this, right? Like, and I looked into it, and I swear to fucking God, like every supplement that comes out for ship combat is just super, like, it feels like everything is granular in the weirdest ways, like, and I don't really know, you know. Yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of the problems for amateur designers in the system is actually like, yeah, or they look to, you know, I mean, there is some merit in crafting something that is almost like one-to-one with the system that you're playing, and I guess like having something that fully integrates with Pathfinder perfectly, there is some merit to it, but at the same time, if that merit isn't you know, like it again, yeah, like I'll stop derailing. Let me know if you need more. We're being serious. No, I'm just I'm what's the term? I'm espousing my beliefs, you know. But yeah, I took like a look. I looked into a lot of systems, and while it's okay, you know, you're meta, I'm out. Yeah. Yeah. You're bitching. Yeah, I'm complaining. I in a sense, I am complaining about the, like, I don't know, like lack of awareness of like what people are wanting to kind of interface with. I don't know. But yeah, I guess they either look to like real life and try to convert that, or they look to like video games, which, you know, in a video game, everything is almost like out of your mind. It's like just button press, right? Like to kind of keep things continuously moving. And shut the fuck up. None of this is on Chris, dude. He just played the system. But yeah, I think it would be, he's not even here to defend himself. Yeah. No, but my only regret was that we tested it live. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's sometimes it's good to learn, right? Shame for somebody turned stream saving off. Oh, fuck that one, you know, like. My Visgrad campaign, meticulous detail. Yeah, that is ridiculous, right? But yeah, so I think it'd be fun to jump into doing something like that. I'm not entirely sure I'll be doing that before. I felt pretty strongly about it, but then I kind of lost like motivation, to be honest. I think it would be fun, but at the same time, like if I were to run like a ship combat now, I think I would just be like I would probably play it really rule of cool rather than like a tactical campaign, right? Yeah, I felt so I'm serious, dude. That sometimes it happens like that, you know? You feel really strongly about it, but then you're just like ah, man, you know? Because it doesn't really seem like I yeah. Well, it doesn't really seem like there's like a space for it, you know? Because like people were no, I'll definitely never do the drop echoes on people's head. Yeah, that'll never happen. Because it was never the intention. But get motivated for ship combat Thursday. Perfect, dude. Thank you. That's the way to go out. Ship combat in the final session. No, but yeah, I think I would play more rule of cool with and I guess reading into the spaces, like people seem to like really love the supplements that were available. So I guess, I mean, obviously I guess there's some level of like meticulous detailed ship combat that is what people want, obviously. But yeah, it just felt, yeah, I might be the one in the wrong. Yeah, for me it's just like, if I want to play like ship combat, I just want to like, I want it to be like big fun moments, like a movie. Whereas like with actual combat, Rebellion Flare, appreciate the follow. How you doing? Hope you're having a good one. I'm just as members of the chat would tell you, I'm just bitching about the lack of fun ship-based combat, you know? I'm whining like a entitled I don't know, bitch, I guess. So, you know. All right, I'm gonna turn the music down. For some reason, it might just be like loud in my headset or what, but I don't know. Yeah. So I love the OSR system within OSC. Getting lost text file procedures is so fucking boring if you say them aloud. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to my stream where I bitch about everything. Just gotta pull that shit behind the scenes. Indeed, indeed. Reflecting on how good I am at making stupid broken characters that aren't broken solely through. Yeah, it's always nice. Always nice to play like a strong character that isn't just taking advantage of the DM or something like that, you know? It's like, well, technically, you know, according to the word here, right? Yeah, unless you're, you know. But yeah, like the flute protocol. Yeah, play weak characters on purpose. Exactly, dude. It's all about the flavor, not about the tactic. Yeah, getting lost text crawl procedures. Oh yeah. Indeed. Give you a boon. Yeah. All about the RP. All about the sweetness. Yeah. So, let me see. Alrighty. So yeah, that's my bitching about ship combat. Yeah, especially when the combat is so shit and unsatisfying. Exactly. But yeah, so that's my complaining about that. Yeah. We will jump into the actual topic of the stream, which is downtime, crafting, and domain play. Yeah. And it's kind of funny because no, we didn't do the Ducon titles. We can do that again. Hoi Lepa, how you doing? How you doing? It's been a bit. How you been? Hope you're doing all right. Hope the weather isn't too bad up your way. Yeah, I did not get to do Ducon titles, but we can probably do that today. Yeah. I'd appreciate that slightly. Yeah. It's bad, bud. Thanks for asking. Hey, you know, sometimes it's not good. Yeah. sometimes life is treating you roughly. Yeah. But hey, you know, hope it gets better. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, I appreciate you not just saying cool things. Yeah. Yeah. I love the Here, we'll fuck with this first then, right? Ducon titles. All right. So, yeah, we might have to retcon some stuff. I think like maybe there was like the whole Baron thing, and I think I probably said like, well, there's not a Baron in Ducon. So, you know, hey. Well, I'm doing it first because I think I said I'd do it last time, and then I just said like I said I'm just getting the fuck off. So, so yeah, and then I was like, yeah, fuck it, yeah. So you know what? I'll throw you, you know. Okay. So Ducon didn't necessarily have. It wasn't necessarily a kingdom. So I don't believe, right, that it would be like the king, or was it? What the fuck did I say? It was the king. It was the king. Cass it is king. So it is king at the top, right? Well, this is like the traditional, right? Yeah, King Reynolds. So I guess it was a kingdom. Fuck. Dude. How did Ram ever let me make this mistake with these fucking titles? Alright, so king and queen probably at the top. Yeah. Yeah. The you know, there's gonna be somebody who there's gonna be somebody who who goes like, well, you know, technically if you wanted to be a king, you know, like you know, actually a king has to rule the kingdom. That's the only way the title makes sense. Right? Somebody starts talking to me like that, I'm just gonna fucking spit in their face. Dukan is not a duchy. No, Dukan, everything in the... No, I'm not talking about you. I'm saying somebody, you know? Hey, if the shoe fits though, you know? It's, you know. You know. I didn't necessarily, you know, address you directly with that one, right? I said there's gonna be somebody. So, you know. More Eastern European. Yeah, I guess, right? Because Dukan is the floating crown. Enjoy making historically inaccurate fantasy titles on your own, goober. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm staying silent. Yeah, the goober really got me, dude. Well, no, I think I was thinking, what the fuck am I saying right now? I I was pondering if we could move away from king or queen and try to do something more flavored. But I don't know, like this is like one of those things where in my world the word for X is, you know, Y, right? It's not yeah, it's not whatever, like it's, you know, the word for, you know, in my world, you know, yeah, so like I'm wondering, like, is it worth doing raisin a raisin yeah, is it worth even bothering with like a flavored title, or would it be better to just go king because that's what people are going to interpret it as anyways, right? Koenig. Yeah. Because you can go like the longer form of king, like the shortened title is king but the longer title is great your king, czar. Yeah, I was thinking something like Vlad Vor or something like that. I don't know, I'm trying to think, like I'm trying to put like a Eastern European, you know, flair to it, right? Yeah, it also loses accessibility because you can't. Yeah, and the players are just gonna be like, "Who's the king of this place?" Anyways, you know. Yeah. 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 I'm wondering, because I could come up with some words, right? Maybe we'll keep it to standard terms, and like maybe I'll give it some thought to come up with some like unique names for it. But let's just, I guess, like let's just do a current, like, you know. Keep it to like a more, yeah, like a more simple, right? So like we could even do something super simple, like where like maybe there's no differentiation between the lords, right? Voivode, yeah, that's where I was getting in the thought, because you know, Voivode is a very big thing here, right? Voivode, yeah, that's I need to consult the reference doc. Yeah, like I was thinking, instead of like, what is it, like king and then like queen and then I don't know what the fuck would be after that, like what are the different noble terms, like I think like duke, count, I think like a viscount, I think then you get to barons and then it's like knights and then stuff like that, right? Like this, it's going off the top of my head. Hey, let me know if I made you proud there. Ram. Baron isn't a title. Okay, well I'm fucked then. I thought it was a whatever. In descending order, the traditional nobles are emperor, king, grand duke, duchess. That's from innoplease.com. All right. It got you. I approved it and it got you. My bad. Not much better. Fuck yourself. The bot just, you know, yeah. It would be Lord. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so what if we just did that? What if we did like king, noble, you know, and then like knight, merchant, etc. Like, and then peasant. Keep it like real simple, because I don't really know if I want to do. I think that's what JR. Oh, okay. Hey, grape. I would say grapevine singular. Nice. It became problematic. Yeah, like I like my my thought would be, yeah, like you'll just be noble, and the difference is like, well, I have this much land and I'm this much more powerful than you as a noble. So almost like the ranking within itself is basically based on like who can own and compete for their territory the best in the first place, right? That's, I mean, that's like a super simple way of approaching it. Yeah, everyone has an equal title, but it's like kind of based on what you've been given, right? That's the same as Volkmundinen. Yeah, right? Yeah, it kind of tracks with that. They probably put another name on it. But it's basically the same thing, right? All of the chiefs are essentially just nobles, right? You know, quote unquote, that, yeah. And it would also track, I guess, like in the lore, seeing as how Ducani are just Vogians, right? That have moved away and consider themselves better because they established a bit more. But I guess if they establish a bit more, there's the look how much better we are because we have all these different titles for nobles. Fuck. I hate that I ran into that myself, dude. You know. Am I, dude? Am I too close to the problem? Is that the problem right now? The we're better than you came later. Just don't think about it too hard. Yeah, because I'm not even gonna respond to that. I had a good one lined up though. So it makes sense they just kept it the same. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't believe you. Hey, well, you know. So it'd be like king, queen, noble. What the fuck did I say? Knight, right? Knight. And then peasants, right? Oh, and yeah, like merchants above peasants. That's it. So you do you. Yeah. Noble and high noble. That would be a good way to differentiate, right? Yeah, I guess I would help with the, you know, the thing, the issue of, yeah, the high noble, blah, 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 of the blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you're right, though, yeah. Just do Duke and Count. And then Knight. Skip Baron, right? Just do Knight, Merchant, Peasant. Yeah. Hmm. We're twat wings. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, dude. You convinced me. If I would just be doing that in the first place, which I did think it worked. Yeah, there's no point in not doing like Duke or Duchess, right? And then doing Count, Countess, right? Countess. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I think my problem is? I think my problem is that these just sound too nice. You know? Super duper high noble. Yeah. I think my problem is like the count just sounds too nice, you know? And then it makes me want to do like, well, you know, then a knight is, you know, the knight is too lowly for, you know, what would be between, right? Maybe do baron then. Yeah, fuck. Oh, dude. Ugh. That's why I didn't want to. This is why I avoided it. Fuck it. We'll just follow like the a Thane. Yeah. Thane. Isn't that a little out of place? Like that might be something we run with to call it as the flavored, right? But Like this a little. I don't know. My intuition. Yeah. So is Count. Yeah. Queen. Duke, Duchess, Count, Countess. I don't know, man. Graph. Well, I think I'm gonna give these specific titles. Like, I think I'm gonna give them like flavor titles, but yeah. So we're just deciding the hierarchy as it would be within. Feudal. Yeah. What's the feudal hierarchy? Like, how is it? How would it go? Yeah, rank 4. Yeah. Oh, okay. Feudal is perfectly on this. Okay. What if we just did like Great Lord, Lesser Lord, and then Knight and Peasant, and then just cut out Merchant class entirely? Right. King, Duke, Earl, Baron, Knight. King, Duke, Earl, Baron. And both lords get shorted to lord, but everyone knows who you are. Yeah. And plus, this is also deciding the titles for a place that like no longer exists, technically. I mean, it still exists, but like it's deciding lore for what is not there anymore, right? Like, so I think it's probably better to go simpler with this than more difficult. So yeah, we'll do king. Yeah, I've made my mind. Like, merchants would just be very wealthy peasants, right? And it'd be like great lord, and then would be like, you know, lesser lord, knights and peasants, right? Because I don't want to, if I go super complex with this, like, I would rather put that complexity to a place that is active in the setting, right? Are peasants free? Yeah, I guess that's the question, right? Are you free in Dukan? I don't know if you are, right? Yeah. Chattel. I don't think that Dukan would have had an issue with slavery. After the fall, you are. Minor lord, not lesser. I like lesser. Lesser lord. Greater lord, lesser lord, right? Dukan had slaves because fair. Yeah. Well, I mean, they definitely had slaves though, right? I'm not going to wash that out. Dukan always had slaves. That was like a big part of it. That's why they were able to. Yeah. Feudal duty tied to land. Peasant. Yeah, but what about them peasants though? He was just selling spices like the original Dutch. Dude, the Dutch are the worst. I mean, I think like what that would be, I would say peasants were quote unquote relatively free, but like in the eyes of a lesser lord or a great lord, they were probably like slaves in a sense, right? The Dutch are the worst. Yes. The Dutch are the worst, dude. Yeah. I think that's kind of like the deciding thing. I would say like peasants have the opportunity, but it's not likely to deliver, right? Yeah. Yeah, lesser lord, technically, but lord, I would say. All right. Okay. Yeah, that works. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, that works. All right. Now the real meat and potatoes, you know? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was just the lore play. Yeah, shouldn't it be greater, not greater lord, lesser lord? Yeah, I don't know. Greater lord, lesser lord. Yeah, greater than, lesser than. All right. Fair enough. All right. What's up? The Baron from before would be a great lord. I would say lesser still. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like I'm thinking abstractly that great lord is probably like a duke, right? Yeah, like, you know, high end of lesser. Yeah. Okay. So, downtime. All right. So the intention, before we get into writing anything on this, yeah, thank you for your no problem. So before we get to writing on this, I want to, I guess, essentially define them, so that everybody knows what I'm talking about when I'm talking about this stuff, right? So, there's going to be a few things that I'm going to be doing moving forward that definitely directly impacts the player, and this is going to be like, this is, I'm going to say, whoops, the fuck? Okay. Fuck. How'd I do that? Alright, sorry. I fucked up the Notion page. It's fixed. So, downtime. When I say downtime, I'm talking about the time in between adventures where in the past I haven't really made much use of this, but because we're playing longer campaigns, I can actually kind of mold with this. In the past, I've never done this, mostly because the campaigns that we were playing were essentially like one adventure from start to end, and then that was the end of the arc, right? We would just play out an arc where there wouldn't be very much time in between, you know, maybe like a day or two where it was like a waiting period, right? Rather than like an active, something's actively happening, right? You're actively like role playing and making decisions in the moment of what your character is doing. Downtime will be a lot more prevalent moving forward, because there'll be times where in the campaign, right, a couple of weeks may pass, right? Not everything is going to be happening back to back to back like a movie, right? It's going to play out a little bit longer. Within that, crafting, which, as far as my understanding of it goes now, crafting is not in a very great place when it comes to the way Pathfinder 2nd edition handles it directly. At least I've seen a lot of complaints about it. I've read the rules, and I want to do some messing around with them. Potentially just even do my own little side thing that we'll handle. And then domain play is the it's a term for giving the players essentially like political power in the form of an area or a guild. I mean, up to like even like a nation entirely, or a city-state. You know, if we're speaking about Ekros particularly, right? A region, they have a base, right? To shut the fuck up. Dom play for short. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, if that's what you want to call it, you know. But and this is something we haven't done at all so far, and I'm going to offer domain play to the players, but I'm not going to enforce it, right? If this is something that players don't want to mess around with, it'll be fine. What I'll end up doing most likely is having domain play be like a secondary game that runs in the background of campaigns. And it'll be kind of like there was a while ago we talked about like war bands of Ekros and stuff like that, right? It was these were intentional things that were intended, but never really kind of came into fruition. Yeah. Essentially giving players and people the chance to kind of roleplay out these certain, right, decisions, and that could be, you know, stuff like that. Yeah. I think when you what's the word? Yeah, when you do your homework when it comes to vetting potential players, it seems like if you do well, you kind of avoid the unstable murder hobos of the world, right? So yeah, with all that in mind, right, making more use of downtime, crafting, and domain play. So I guess we'll start with just horny. Yeah, okay. All right. And shit at accent. Indeed. So I think we'll start with downtime. Right. So sorry, taking a sip of water, making sure I am all good to go so that I do not start to, I don't know. Right. So downtime. Yeah, hydration, exactly. And if you got some water near you, take a motherfucking sip, you know. So a lot of the ways, or at least the ways that are suggested in Pathfinder with downtime, is doing stuff like just kind of surviving, crafting, making some money, right? Doing things like this. And I think like the intended way is like, you tell me, was that a Sesame Street quote? If you got a drink, yeah, if you got some water right next to you, sip it up, dude. Yeah, so time scale, right, can last anywhere from like days to, I mean, years if we're really crazy. But that's not, we're not looking at like years, right? We're looking at like weeks, right? Yeah, if you got some motherfucking water, take a motherfucking sip, dude. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep you all hydrated up. I don't need anybody passing out because they got, you know, a lack of fluid in their body. Yeah. So I really want to make use of this, right? And I don't want it to just fall into like, well, you know, I want this to help. Oh, actually, well, I guess we should do one of the most important things, right? So, I guess the most important thing, what the fuck, is from now on, leveling up only occurs during downtime. So the only way you get that precious level up is if you get to a place where you're safe and you take some time off, right? I haven't necessarily decided. A part of me was thinking for every level, for the number of level that you're gaining, you have to take that many weeks off to gain it entirely. But I'm not sure I'm like beholden to that. I might just say like, oh, well, you have to at least spend a couple weeks, right? So this puts the pressure to like get to a place, right? Settle in for a bit and spend some time, you know, refreshing yourself. No, I'm not, because I'm not gonna do where it makes narrative sense. I'm done with that. I'm not gonna like let a level up happen right after a fight and then, you know, it's just gonna be what it is. Yeah. Oh yeah, downtime as a sense, but don't. Yeah. I'm just trying to work breaks in for myself. Yeah. You know what I mean though. Yeah, downtime, like the fact that you're not actively doing something. Yeah, level 6. Yeah, and to be clear, 6 weeks of like in-game time, not real life, right? You know. So, you guys hit level 6. I'll see you in a month and a half, you know? Hope you enjoy it. Now level up IRL, dude. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, by downtime I just mean like not actively participating in some sort of, you know, quest of sorts, right? Yeah. Like I'm okay with traveling. I just mean not actively engaging in, you know, dungeon diving, venturing and shit like that. Yeah. But yeah, essentially, if we're mid-adventure and you've essentially earned enough to level up, I'm not gonna like, okay, you're level 5 and you literally have a fight right after this and you'll be level 5 for it. Nah. I think yeah, I think you have to make the decision to like pull yourself away from it and then settle in and then kind of return, right? Big plot. Yeah. A big plot hook indeed. Yeah, so leveling up only occurs during downtime, right? You have to spend the time to earn the level, right? Whether that be like training, whether that be, you know, any number of things to kind of justify the improvement. Looking at the rules as is, right? I don't know if like earning income should be like a real big thing. And I don't want to do crafting like I'm crafting to make money. And exactly, it's a montage, right? That's the intention. It's not necessarily meant to be. We're not going to spend like a lot of time on it. It's just gonna be like, okay, you're doing this. All right, you're doing this, right? Like everybody tells me what they're doing. All right, perfect. You know, here's what happens. You know, 2 weeks go by, whatever, how much time, and then, you know, then you're leveled up and we can continue on with the game, right? Yeah. So, and the hope, I guess, is to give players actionable time to pursue their own interest, right? Like. Pursue personal interest. Right? We're not having a horny bard on Monday. We're having a horny necromancer, though. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I would like Downtime to, be an opportunity for a player to, this is what I'm doing, and if there is to be like somewhat of an adventure in Downtime, like that'll be, that could be something that can be handled, like if the opportunity ever comes up, right? But I'm hoping to use Downtime almost as a way to seed in more comic-like stuff. Comic-like, what the fuck did I say? More plot hooks. I read comic. Jesus. To seed in more plot hooks that directly revolve around the characters themselves, right? But I just keep looking over. I need to stop plot cocks. Yeah. I need to stop reading your messages entirely, everybody, the whole chat. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I would like this to give, again, actionable time to pursue personal interest. That way your character feels like they're progressing their own personal story while also relatively involved in the adventure of the campaign in the first place. Because the world will be continuing to move on around them as well, right? So that's a big part of it. All right. And then I don't know if there's anything else with Downtime specifically, right? Because if you know what it is, that's fine, right? Oh, and I guess what if the campaign adventure is shit and my own adventure is better though? Yeah, that's then you try to get the pals to sign on, Hey, I really have to take care of this. Are we okay with that? It can be a decision at the table, right? I mean, I'm not even joking, right? These campaigns aren't necessarily built with the idea that you're gonna complete a specific task. There's not necessarily like a plot that is, woven in from the very first session that you're meant to kind of chase to the very end, right? It's more like, it's more because I feel like I'm good at this stuff. Yeah, whatever. Your combat is shit. Yeah, perfect. I appreciate it. And I don't do the voice, indeed. So. Let's see. Let's get some more music going. Okay. But yeah, what the fuck? I just had something I wanted to say. Oh, yeah, I guess, yeah. I guess to build on world events, right? That's kind of like the big purposes of Downtime. Because of the way the campaigns have worked so far, we've been doing a lot of right into the next thing that only the campaign itself is the world event, whereas I would like to have more, more like larger scaled events, I guess, happening in the world because of a lot of things that have changed, right? Because of the Job Squad campaign and what they finished, right? That's going to add like a lot that's going to be happening around the world and, kind of causing some things. The fact that we haven't had a resolution to that fucking siege, right? Because every campaign has just been like a couple of weeks after the last one, right? There's no been any real like long progression of time within the campaigns. Or I guess within the world, right? It's been 2 years, I think, of campaigns, and we're closing in on like, I feel like we did like 6 months of in-game time, within like 2 years. So yeah, right. To build on world events. Yeah, 6 months, and that's with time skips between each campaign. So right, like I don't want to get stuck to like, I don't want to look at the end of, you know, the end of something and be like, wow, all of this was like 3 months. All of these insane stories all over the place happening all at the same time, and there's no kind of larger implication with all of that. It's just, you know, I kind of want to give some scale to the world, which I feel like has been lacking, despite having campaigns on, at least one campaign on every continent at this point, with various locations within those continents. Yeah, and without time skips, you know, bigger time skips using downtime, we don't really see any progression with these places. It's like, it's almost like after every campaign we got to be like, okay, well, we're gonna have a big time skip here, like now let's go ahead and decide some stuff. And I don't really like that constant, that like cyclical update nature of like, campaign over, update the world, campaign over, update the world. I would kind of like it to be happening at the same time, right? So ship combat has to have accounted for 6 months. It felt like it. Yeah. Yeah. You know, you know how like in some movies or something, it's like every minute spent there is 100 years out here or something like that, right? Or every minute out here is 100 years in there. When Beef ran the ship combat, it was like 20 or 30 minutes, and it felt like hours, right? So you know, it that's been my experience with with all this shit, with combat, with ship combat in general, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a time skip can be part of the plot as well. Yeah, you need to prepare an army for a coming invasion. That what happened in exactly. Yeah, right. And I think like I'm pretty sure like Ram called me out on this once. Yeah, or imagine a perpetual siege. But no, I think like Ram called me out because I was like, man, fuck. Like I knew what I wanted to happen at the end of that campaign, but it was like, how the fuck did this happen like overnight? And it's like, well, fuck, you know. Yeah. So. But yeah, or like a siege that never ends. Sorry, I'm getting sidelined. I had to respond to something. But yeah, a siege that never ends, right? I want to see the conclusion to that fucking siege, you know, etc. Strategic success but tactical failure. Exactly. Surprise, you're under siege. What? You know? Oh fuck. Yeah. Exactly. One shot, one shot, one shot. Yeah. Okay. I put crafting on here, but I'm not even sure there's much to be said about it now, because I think what a lot of people have problems with the Pathfinder crafting system as it is because the intended timescale to crafting. That, and I think like people are like people are wanting to be able to craft things and sell it and make more money. I think like, oh, actually, I guess I could write these rules out, right? Or write these expectations out. Like there will be no crafting for gold, right? Like, don't look at crafting as like a chance to make gold. Yeah, has money ever featured in our games? Exactly, right? Like you get the gold that you've, you know, and with the longer scale, yeah, that'll be more of a thing. You'll have to like, you know, make sure you got the things. Make sure you craft the potions that you want to craft, right? You know, make sure you want to, you know, yeah, paid for rooms at an inn. I think that's like the most. And even then, I think I've been super lenient about just being like, ah, fuck it. You've done something to earn it. And there you go. Yeah, it would only be like at the beginning, right? And so I do want, not necessarily income, but I do want gold to play a part in some of these things, right? If you want to plan like an expedition out into an an untraveled land, right? Well, you're gonna have to buy, like, say it's in Brevik, right? Say you want to head to the new continent or some shit, right? You're gonna have to like get a sled team. You're gonna have to like, okay, spend the gold for this much resources and stuff like that, right? And ideally, this will all just be handled within like a minute or two. Like, yeah, we get this. We get everything we need, and then boom. But still, right? Having it in the first place kind of helps build on it. But yeah, no intention of crafting being like the income portion. I don't want to play an income game where, well, I've made so much gold today, and then how much am I going to make tomorrow? And I got to save up for the next 3 months to be able to buy a sword, right? Having a weapon made for you and causing a time skip with that, right? That'd be something the group has to agree on and maybe level up during that time, right? Exactly, right? Yeah. You get the materials, you know, there's a specific weapon you want, right? Maybe it's more likely that you'll be able to have it made than just having a bunch at availability to just purchase off the wall, right? But yeah, no crafting for gold, right? No crafting with the intention of making it like some sort of income. But I would like the idea of like crafting various like potions to be pretty actionable, right? Like because there's been a lot of people like, well, can I like search for supplies to make like a natural potion? And I think that's right. That could be something that that happens. It shouldn't be something too difficult, right? So yeah. Aren't potions all veil based? Not every single one. The better potions, absolutely, right? They're based on that substance that comes from the, I think, like the mushrooms that grow near Veilite. But that, like, I have it in my head that at least like the lowest forms of potions, like the basic potions, could be more of like natural remedy type shit than instant healing, or like rather than the substance required for the from the Veilite stuff. Let's see. Yeah, kind of like disease and sickness cures. Yeah, shit like that. And also I want to like, there are diseases in Pathfinder, and you know, taking downtime to kind of getting past that is a thing. So I don't want to not use systems that might be available that I might think are pretty cool. Yeah, it'd be good to give somebody a cold every once in a while. Exactly. Oh, I'm dealing with this shit, right? Yeah, and the disadvantage that they give. Yeah, because like we were doing with the with the chop your arm off shit in 5e, right? I'm not saying like 100%, but like it might be cool to do stuff like that. in the future, right? I feel like I still need to get a handle on the system itself and the implications of like making these changes, but you know, taking time off because you've got like a broken, you know, a broken wrist and you can't wield your shield and your weapon properly, right? You know, I think that'd be cool. Doesn't mean that your adventure is like handicapped for life, but it means you have to take some time off, and that plays into downtime. Yeah. You know who's gonna be the first one to deal with this type of injury? It's gonna be it's gonna be Talifer. For polishing his sword too often, you know? So yeah. Campaign on rails. Yeah. No, I had to I had to look at Discord. Talifer. Cuz I was gonna say like Talifer, but then I was like, wait, and I had to like make sure I was saying it the appropriate way. Talifer. I don't want to say the name wrong, you know. Talifer. Yeah. Long form needs consequences for nat 1 critical fails, lost or damaged weapon. Yeah, I mean, the thing how would I'm trying to think how I would handle that, because at the same time, like a natural 1 is still just a 5% chance, and that's not, I mean, as we've seen, that is not a very low chance, because rolling anything on a d20 is 5% no matter what, right? That's the way it scales. Every single one is a percent, you know, 5% regardless. The same as hitting a natural 20 is the same as, you know, the search for the materials on the marked are alone. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, sometimes, yeah. Hey, I want to make potions. Okay. We'll say you spend about a week searching for the things, and then you spend about another week, right? You know. It's number weighing. Yeah. So I just I don't know if like every nat 1 has to be a damaged weapon, right? I think I'd go more for like, oh, like potentially you drop the weapon or something, but 5% is too high of a percentage for my personal opinion. It'd be different if it was like the more old school style, like 3d6 method, where the bell curve of like a natural 1 and an 18 is super insanely like low percentage. I have this idea for an invention called the dildo. Please let us quest for materials and artificers. Yeah. Was on a failure, you roll on the table. Yeah. Like 5% of 5%. Yeah. That might be a way to do it. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. Pickled deer, maybe? Yeah. fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Okay. So yeah, I guess there's not much to go on. Crafting. Well, yeah. Not much to go on crafting just yet. But maybe down the line, right? Domain play. Give players the opportunity to control regions, areas of influence. Right. At one, on an at one, you lose a finger, real life. Yeah, exactly. The last group I was in never would like that. They were allergic against failure. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Some people really like the I'm a hero, experience. And I mean, I don't, yeah, my personal, preference is that failure is good, right? I've never really liked I've never liked the first death in Ekros. Yeah, somebody was betrayed, right? By their own party member. That is canonically or historically the first death in Ekros. Chris getting betrayed by another player. That's fucked. Yeah, the hero stuff is fun, but I tend to like a bit more of a, yeah, a bit more of a, yeah, the hero stuff, indeed. Yeah, I don't mind heroic games. I like, I think it can be fun. I just don't personally enjoy it myself. But I enjoyed like 4th edition, the idea that you are the heroes from level 1, right? You feel very strong right away, and that's kind of like the intended play of that system. But yeah, it's not a game if there isn't a consequence for failure. I agree. Yeah, I'll think about that. Well, I meant when I say I'll think about that, I mean consequences for natural one. I don't know. Okay, so on to domain play, right? Giving players the opportunity to control regions and areas of influence. It's hard to put into like on text. It's yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one of the definitions of a game, indeed. It's hard to put into text because so much of this is kind of like lived experience. I've been pretty nostalgic for playing like for me it's AD&D 2nd edition, so 2nd edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Like in that game crafting, I remember I played a character that had I was crafting potions, various types of potions, poisons, all kinds of shit. And in that game there was a lot of domain play and a lot of downtime with crafting. Dude, you guys are old. Dude, fuck you. Dude, you're right there. Enjoy this last year of life. What do you expect from a group made of a murder hobo, a min-maxer, DM who forgot that he's now a player in a real life chaotic stupid? Yeah, that sounds rough. But yeah, so I've been pretty nostalgic for this. I played I played a what the fuck is I think I was like a nerd and I played like a spellcaster, and my focus was like I had like a laboratory, right, to be able to brew all the potions and the various poisons and shit like that. I remember like a potion was like if you failed a saving throw, you instantly died, and that was it. You know, that was a, you know, that was a. So there was a lot of stuff like that in older editions. And it was always real fun to think like, oh yeah, for the next 2 months, my character is like stuck up in the lab just brewing all this shit, and it'd be crazy because I'd spend like 2 months in game time, and I'd come away with like 5 potions, because it was never like a secure amount, and I'd come away with like 1 or 2 doses of the poison to use, right? So it was always, I always thought it was very fun. Yeah, lock myself in the room for 2 months. And so I guess maybe a bit of these changes is like just me kind of wanting to get back in touch with that style of play and like forcing it on people because I'm running the game. So like, it'll be a part of the game if you want to, and if not, then if not, right? But yeah, I just really enjoyed that kind of stuff like happening in the game, and it always made the world feel to me better, right? I'm the boss, so we do what I want. Yeah, exactly. Submit to the shit that I'm putting in front of you, or I mean, you don't have to. You can just say, no thanks, right? But it's there, right? Yeah, and I think it allows for some interesting stuff, right? Unique materials to make unique potions and shit like that. Yeah, can I? You brought your dice and cups? Yeah. It is a possibility, indeed. Yeah. So, bringing a little bit of the old in with the new is essentially the feel for this next series of campaigns. And I mean, it may not work, right? It may not be. I might not. I might find some hang-ups with it and not really enjoy it. But yeah, it's gonna be 6 months locked to our computers. Exactly. You're not going anywhere, dude. I hope you work from home now. Because the little time you have will be, you want to write a poem in your spare time. Yep, you better really do it. Get fucking writing. Yeah. Dude, Goober. That's a really solid one. It's been a while since I've heard it regularly used. Fucking Goober. Right. I guess there could be some like I guess in campaign. Jesus. And out. I do also want to do domain play outside of campaigns, right? Give people who aren't actively in a campaign, essentially like you're the chief of this region of Ogmaldir, right? Yeah, Shad's a necromancer. You better get to. Yeah, I want to see a real body. You better pull up the webcam. I want to see it spread out on the motherfucking kitchen table, dude. Yeah, you gotta wait for him to decompose. Yeah, yeah. We'll get around to it whenever you get there, bud. Yeah. I'm chief of Ogmaldir, indeed. Spread out on the kitchen table. Yeah. Jesus. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna respond. So, but yeah, I don't know if anybody is interested in this part, but domain play outside of campaigns, right? Yeah, I think initially I had like a rule like, I don't want people in campaigns to like control areas that they're like that they could control for influencing better of their own person. But I think I'm kind of like walking back that rule. Yeah, for his campaign. Yeah. I kind of, again, we used to do this back in the day. There would be like 20 of us, and there would always, like, we would basically have these like these pretend, like, I guess, like, before we knew what they were, like the Bronstein type of games, like we would have these almost like these United Nations, like, get together. Everybody would get together and we would like be playing almost like a political game with each other. And then the main DM would like take all that information, you know, and kind of like tell us the outcome of our decisions. And I like that idea a lot. Yeah. How did I get fucking married? Dude, by being too swole to control. You write letters to each other and send copies to the GM. Yeah. Dude, how'd you get married? You play pretend with swords. And the GM puts newsletters together for the press based on what you want to include. Oh, that might be pretty cool. Of what rumors leaked. Yeah. It sounds like Risk, but with the. Oh yeah, not yet, dude. Yeah. Yeah, she's got a chance to figure out to save herself. No, I'm just kidding. Sounds like Risk, but economy rather than armies. Well, so the way we used to do it, yeah, don't say it so loud. Yeah, keep quiet. So, economy rather than armies. So the way the GM would do it actually would be, he would essentially play like a war game against himself, and then just the outcome was just the outcome. And then he would just tell us, like, the army that you sent, you know, the small group that you sent to kind of, we'll say like border skirmishes or something like that. That was very common in our game. It'd be like border skirmishes because in the game I played, we were all regional. So it was just this one area of a huge map, right? And we just played, it was like 20 different regions in this small little area. So border skirmishes was like a very common thing. And talking to somebody, hey, let my army through your area, you know, without interference, right? That was like a big political play. And he would play out the border skirmishes, and then he would be like, okay, this is what happened, right? So it would be out of the hands of the player. You would just have to kind of react to what happened. Which was, I mean, for me, it was very fun. Some people were probably like, you know, I want to play that chess game. But yeah. Yeah, it's actually really cool. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I always thought that was probably like my most fun in a campaign. Yeah, imagine trying to keep track of that as a DM. Yeah, I think I'm going to. It's actually not as. At the time, it was certainly difficult because we were all little kids, right? There was a lot of like wackiness. Like, we were young, right? We were. I think like at this time we were like, I think like the eldest amongst us, right? Does it run like Risk where it snowballs one way or another, or is there a correction method against a runaway? Yeah, I think I'm using memory on this, but I'm pretty sure the DM like would never let somebody truly run away with stuff. And again, there was always this idea like we would always make sure nobody could run away, right? Everybody was kept in check by everybody else, and I think it was very much like a, I'll have to think about this. Like this will have to kind of come up with the design of domain play for Ekros in the first place. But I remember there being like a check system where you could get a bit more powerful, but you couldn't take over everything, because the intention was not to make like, the intention was to play the without like without the ultimate goal of like total domination, which I guess is kind of crazy, right? It's kind of crazy when you think of like a bunch of, I mean, it was a bunch of boys and the ages that we were, right? But for whatever reason, it just seemed like we had already been sold on the idea. Yeah, like we were just sold on the idea that Ekros version, we fuck Ram up royally in the first few turns. Yeah. And I was thinking like this might be cool to do with like the various chiefs of Ogmaldir, because we've decided that there's probably a lot. There's probably like 20 or 30, right? And so like everybody could play like a minor chief or something, right? Yeah, we're not playing diplomacy here. Yeah. But yeah, there was like this natural expectation to our chiefs. Yeah. There was this natural expectation to not try to dominate, because it would lead to less fun, right? The fun was scheming against each other and having like these small victories. I won the border skirmish, right? You know, and I could like, you know, you're never gonna, we would like fuck with each other about it. Like, you'll never get that land back, right? And then like the next time they'd get their land back. and it would just be like this, the battle over like, you know, a couple of yards either way, rather than total domination of a region. And I'm pretty sure the DM played it fairly straight. I think it was just that once it got to a certain point, as long as a certain number of people opposed, like it was almost, I just think, I don't know if he even played out those type of war games, or maybe he did, but yeah. Either way, I think I would make the decision to naturally limit it so that there's no chance of somebody just ultimately dominating from the beginning. And eventually taking over the whole map. I don't want that to be a staple of the play. Give it an Ekros twist and play it super gay for the fun. Yeah. It's not super straight, dude. We're playing it super gay. A bunch of dude bros in love, you know. Like a bunch of Romeos and Romeos, you know. Ultimately making people surrender. God, I hate you. No, I'm just kidding. Sounds like Crusader Kings. Yeah, something like along those lines. But like even in like Crusader Kings, like there was definitely like the onus to dominate, right? Gay every day, dude. Gay with the homies. But yep. Porn vids? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a class. I mean, I feel like I haven't I feel like I haven't. Please, no screenshots. I feel like I haven't heard you guys bring up the fucking ultimate surrender shit in a while. I feel like that's like an old cut. And you guys are just bringing that shit back around. Please, no screenshots. Yeah. Just not when I'm around. Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah. You let him breathe a bit, let him marinate a bit, you know. But yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a pretty one. Yeah, ultimate surrender porn vids. This is what happens when I go away for a couple days. Yeah. That's when I recognized the mods, right? What the fuck? Or maybe that's when I decided to have mods, even though that, like, those mods were engaging in the fucking stupidity of the time. I don't know. Disgraceful, yeah, disgraceful. You know, it shames me. That was before I was a mod, indeed, right? Yeah, you've certainly distinguished yourself since then. Yeah. Whose fault is it truly? Damn, you know. You're right. Okay. Yeah, give the players the control. Areas of influence. I guess. Yeah. I guess I have to decide on the scale. Decide on the scale. Right. So I yeah, the only person that has their own server rule inspired from them. Which one is that? Yeah, no inviting RAM. Rule 69. Jeez. I don't even remember fucking server rules. Let's go check them out. I mean, technically, Chris has a rule inspired by him. Yeah. Yeah. Well, shit. So we're gonna talk about, oh, deciding on the scale. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I was kind of mostly broaching this topic to kind of see where people would be at. If people would even want to kind of engage with this stuff in campaign. I mean, some of it you're not going to be able to avoid, right? Like leveling up only during downtime and all of this stuff. Like this is no choice. The rest is choice, right? I will engage. It's me. I'm the one. Involve me. Yeah. All right, cool. But this was something I was even thinking of, like recruiting for, like getting some new people into the Discord just to play like the domain style game. That way there's no like inherent bias towards. Yeah. Sounds like a bigger twist on the West Marches. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'd be able to do the lore stuff, but then from then on, right? Oh, 20 minutes. I gotta have my fucking work call for an hour. Yeah, I think we're about to wrap it up. Yeah. The only thing would be, fuck. Damn, I had an idea and then I fucking dropped it. I'm an idiot. Sounded like a bigger twist on the West Marches. Pretty cool. They need lore. There was something I read that made me go. West Marches. Yeah, actually, I don't think it was West Marches though. Damn, dude. I'm too tired. I've had like 3 hours of sleep. Yeah. Ekros is more of a living campaign world. Yeah. I'd like to get some sort of like West March stuff involved, but I don't know, man. I don't even know how you like. Do you just post that you are a West Marches server, or do you like? I don't know. I don't know how like functionally how Westmarch servers function in the first place. Maybe I need to like join some Westmarch servers to kind of get an idea of like how these fucking places run in the first place. Like, do you recruit DMs? That sounds like really weird, right? Yeah, nothing accomplished on the Westmarch Inn so far. I just have no idea. I don't know how to engage in that stuff. Like, it feels weird to be like, hey, I'm like recruiting DMs. That seems, you know. Yeah, we already have like guests in the first place. Yeah. We have guests. We need to be polite. Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe I should join like Westmarch servers just to kind of get a feel for, like, in Westmarch servers, do they play all in one world? Do they just, is it like a bunch of people running games and it's basically just like a looking for game server that you play in as well? Oh, the players usually request a session and then, yeah, okay. Yeah. 5 of us want to play on Saturday. Who can DM? Yeah. Kind of one-off travels. Not the best method. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe a proper open table is better. Yeah. I'm thinking specifically for the, yeah, for the Discord, because I think it'd be cool to have like more DMs that are like, I guess like dedicated DMs, right? Who, I don't know. Is that like a big demand? Like, say I was able to get like the Ekros lore easily digestible, right? Like, hey, just read this and you'll be suited for like running a campaign wherever you want in this setting. Like, if I was able to pare it all down, like, would some, like, do you think there's a space to be like, hey, like, put out a almost like a recruitment for DMs, right? It'd make it easier for DM stuff for sure. Yeah. I'd ask people you know. Yeah. Okay, you wanna? Yeah, we've been working on the setting. We got a lot of information. It'll make it pretty easy, right? You know, and then boom. Yeah. Maybe like a lore channel. Yeah. It'd probably be more like a PDF, I think. I'd probably like work up a PDF of kind of like, here's the region details, right? And then if you go like, okay, I want to do this stuff, then, you know, message like a Notion document. Yeah, it would be plenty fine. Yeah. And then have like a, because I already had a, we already had kind of like a community thing going, right? With the, we've got this channel, right? The round table, and it's kind of meant for, you know, like people who can run games in the setting and also heavily influence the lore that are like kind of trusted. It's me, Chris, and Ram. No one uses except Ram by accident. Yeah. And I think it'd be cool. It's almost like the mod chat. Yeah, except we also have a mod chat. Yeah, Cap is also in it, I guess. But Cap's not going to be running game. Yeah. To be honest, I could probably add like, yeah, it doesn't count. Yeah. I could probably add like Nick. He's run a game or two. I don't know. But yeah. Still skipping over you. Yes, yes. Dude, I know you got a busy schedule. So, I don't want to put that pressure. Like, hey, run some shit, dude. I don't know if that'll work. Yeah, you ain't got. Yeah, run an Ekros game, dude. Yeah, gotta run the Ekros game. Yeah. All right. I think then. Fuck. I think I'm chilling here. Yeah. I'm tired, dude. I got like 3, maybe 4 hours of sleep max. I'm fucked. So, yeah. I guess I just want to get this out there. Make it kind of like see the feel for how people wanted to see if it felt like it would be something people would engage in the first place. Not sure whether it's not working for you, but maybe it'll work for me. If it doesn't work for me, then oh no, there we go. Jeez. All right. Jesus Christ. Typically there's not a delay, you know? Yeah. All right. Yeah, I just kind of want to set this down. Kind of all right. Yeah, I just wanted to, yeah, I guess give like a bit of an update, kind of like put this down, see the reaction to it, see if it'd be something that'd be fun to kind of mess around with in the first place, and then kind of build from there. And so I'll do some building on this. I guess it's good. We got the DoCon titles taken care of. I'm not streaming tomorrow for sure. So moving forward, Tuesdays and Thursdays are dead for me 100%. I just will never be streaming or like running a game or anything like that for Tuesdays and Thursdays. And that's like set in stone. It's part of the, you know, the decided schedule moving forward, right? For good reasons, right? So yeah. So I'll be back. Yeah, I'm definitely updating my stream schedule on Twitch. And yeah, so okay. Thank you all. Appreciate you all hanging out. Hope you have a good day or a good evening, depending on where you are. If you'd like to get involved in the community itself, best place to be is in the Discord, as linked like 4 or 5 times in quick succession up the chat. Either way, hope you all have a good one. It was fun hanging out. I won't be around tomorrow, but I'll probably be around. I'll definitely be around on Wednesday. Yeah, get into the Discord, dude. It's the place to be. It's the place to be. I'm telling you. And yeah, hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you next time. If not, I will see you when I see you. And yeah, join if you like staff jokes and Morris dancers and milkmen and wang owls and butt sharks and, you know, all kinds of ridiculous stuff. All right, appreciate you all. Have a good one. See ya later. The D spot. All right, bye.